I think it was that a couple of weeks that were pointing me to this power that I have in a way that I was able to see it as a power. There wasn't a lot of focused intention. So that trigger for me was like, wow, I want that. I want to be able in a couple of months to be able to say I've created this, and it came because I put my time into it.
Welcome everybody to this celebration of Anastasia, who is one of my favorite people in the world. And I'm going to just tell you really a little bit about how I feel when Anastasia's around and the impact she has on me. And then really I'm going to hand over to her, and I probably will prompt her with some questions, as that has been a request. So Anastasia is an incredible human being. She's overcome a lot in her life, in her short life already, with incredible resilience and strength and love for other people. Her love just exudes from her. She's one of the most loving people ever. And although Anastasia is a student of mine, she's a mentee, she teaches me for sure. And I recently had an insight, and it came directly from listening to Anastasia, because the presence and the beauty and just the gorgeousness that you bring to every room, to every conversation. So, as well as being really, really proud of you, I just feel honoured, really, to know you, and delighted that we get to work together on lots of different levels. So, for the people who don't know you, would you like to introduce yourself and what you do in the world?
Hi, everyone, and thank you very much for being here. And thank you, MamaJ, for this beautiful introduction. It touches my heart. Who I am a soul named Anastasia, originally from Moldova, now established in the UK in London. I came across an understanding that changed my life completely in 2022 when I was deeply depressed and just transitioned from living exciting life in Barcelona to not so exciting life in London. I was in a relationship where I wasn't happy. I couldn't find myself as per a professional what I want to do in life. Though I was really successful in everything I was doing, I was helping a lot of entrepreneurs with their startups, and they had successful businesses. And I was seeing everybody thriving around me with my input into it. But for myself, I wasn't seeing the value of whatever I was doing. So I started judging myself. I was approaching my 30th anniversary, and I thought that I'm a failure, that by then I should have supposed to be a happy wife with a lot of kids and a thriving career, and I wasn't anywhere near there. So the way I started to see myself put me in a place where I didn't want to get out of bed for around 3 weeks. And it was then that my then partner asked my mom to come and rescue me because he saw that something was really wrong. And then she came, and as a little baby, I was crying on her legs. And she was keeping asking me what's wrong. And I was keeping saying, I don't know. And then she said, well, maybe we should ask for help. Are you willing to? And it was for the first time in my life that I said out loud that I needed help. And that was a turning point in my life. Since then, I went through a transformation coaching program with my then mentor, Hannah Rosenblatt. that changed my life completely. From that day, from that first session, I started to see life in a different light. Um, I particularly remember one of the sessions when I turned my head around. It was in Hannah's house, and we were in her office. I turned my head around and looked over the window, and I see a cherry blossom. It was the most beautiful picture that I have ever seen in my life. I could see the spark of life in that moment that also turned on inside myself. Then another moment from there was that I went back to Barcelona to celebrate my birthday. And one of my friends that was really close to me when I was living there asked me, "Did you do something on your face? Because you're so shining, you look so different." And I was like, "No, I just started to love myself and see myself for who I am." So yeah, it was the power of the understanding of the three principles, and it touched myself so much. All the relationships in my life changed, including the one I had with my parents. I left home when I was 18 to pursue a successful life in Europe, and I was very distant from my family. In our East European culture, we don't have a lot of physical touch and words of appreciation or love. So I've never heard from any of my parents saying never to me, "I love you," or I have never said this to them. And one of the biggest shifts in our relationship is that I started to see that I don't need to expect it to come from them, that I could change that narrative. So I remembered first times when I was just telling them like this, "I love you," and that's it, and not expecting nothing in return. Um, and then seeing how awkward they were receiving it, like they didn't know what to do with themselves in that situations. And fast forward, we're saying that pretty much every single day, both my parents to me and me to them. I think this is a very big change in our relationship. They've always supported me. They had ways of showing their appreciation towards me, but this was missing, and I think it's a very important part in each person's life journey to see that bond between the ones who brought it you in this life and yourself. Well, fast forward, I've been invited by my mentor Hannah when she said, after she saw my own transformation, she said, "I think you'd be a brilliant coach, so I want you to invite you in my mentorship program," which was a year-long program. And I've accepted, but not to become a coach. I've accepted because I wanted to see more, because the big shifts that already happened in my life were so astonishing to me that I said, I can't imagine how beautiful my life can get if I would see even more. So this is how I started my journey. It was interesting. It was revelating. It was ups and downs. I had moments where I didn't understand a thing. I slipped back into my old patterns. And then slowly, people started to come to me for coaching, and I became open to help without remuneration. And when I have received my first feedback from a 17-year-old, very insecure child, her mother texted my mother and told her, "I don't know what Anastasia told my daughter, but from that room came out a different person." And that happened in a single hour, first interaction with someone. Tears start coming down from my eyes, and I felt a sense of God is telling me something. I need to put attention into this. I need to stop doing whatever I was doing before and start paying attention to what coaching means. How do you eat it? How do you practice it? It was then when I met MamaJ and offered to be a volunteer in her non-for-profit enterprise that helps prisoners while they're inside to have realization into their potential of freedom and seeing who they are and changing how they're acting in life. And being close to MamaJ was one of the, I don't have words to describe it. It was one of those blessings that you have in life that you can't even imagine how much impact it's going to have on you. And then when MamaJ told me, so I've started practicing, but I was doing it very intuitively. Even though I had business management degree and a lot of startups behind my back, when it came to me, I was paralyzed. I was like, where do I start? How do I do it? I never heard, let alone I never heard before in my life that word coaching. It was something new to me all alone. Like, I couldn't understand, how do you sell it? How do you talk to people about it? How do you see the values? Like, how do you see the transition your clients are having? How do you attribute those transitions to yourself? I wasn't seeing the necessity to ask for money from that because, well, it's a spiritual work, so you need to give and share the love and share the wisdom, so this earth would become a better place to live in. Since we started the Impact Activator, I had support in all of this. Like, all my questions were answered. And not only answered, but I've been supported through my exploration into all of these questions. It was then when I discovered that I'm afraid actually to ask for money, that I didn't know that, like, I would have a really beautiful discovery call with a lot of depth and love and giving. And at the moment you need to make your offer on how would you go forward with this client, I would have it beautifully in my head. Like, I can see the potential of transformation and how good their life would become if they would be in conversation with me for a longer time. But I wasn't able to put a price on that. I wasn't able to say it out loud. I was letting them tell me how much they want to pay. And usually what you would hear back would be, oh, I don't know. So then I would go, okay, I will do it for free, or I would do it for a very low amount that wasn't sustainable for me. So I was working a side job as a event waiter. I thought I need from somewhere money to pay my bills, and I need it to be a job where I don't need to use my cognitive attention at all, because I needed to have my head focused on what I really want to do. So I didn't want to learn another skill where I would need to put that power of my brain in work. And I chose to go there, and I was doing 12-hour shifts. Paid a very low salary, coming home destroyed, in a low mood. It was then that MamaJ said me, you need to stop. You need to focus, and you need to believe that you can do more, and you can be paid, and you should be paid for the work you're doing and the transformation you're facilitating for the people. And I was able. It was rocky at the beginning. It was rocky. Every time I would feel this knot in my throat, like, how do I say it out loud? But then client after client, you repeat it, and then it comes out naturally. And I think really seeing the value of the transformation I provide for people, like seeing my clients and tracking. Before, I wasn't tracking our sessions at all. They'll happen and they'll be left there in the past, because I think I had some thinking around it in the way of one of the most impactful quotes that changed my life from Sid was, the past is dead, so let the dead rest in peace. It was really helpful for me, but not in this instance. So I wasn't seeing the need of tracking my clients' sessions or making a roadmap for them, at least for myself, to see the value of our work together, because I was thinking, well, it's in the past, so I don't need to touch it. That changed. Now I record every single session that I have, obviously with the permission of my clients. I don't share them publicly, but they can see and rewatch them if they want to. And I use the transcripts to help myself seeing really what they're coming from with, where they are coming from what place inside, what is their really desire and need, how we're interacting, what's making the most impact in our calls. And it was beautiful for me to track that, because I finally could see the power that I was already doing. Because for me, being a student of this understanding for the past 4 years, every single day, I was feeling like I'm still becoming the coach. I still have a lot to learn. So I'm not enough. It's not enough what I have already. And I was translating that in the conversation I was having and in the way I was being in rooms with other people that I consider more powerful, more wise, more experienced. I've tended to be really shy, really quiet, serving a lot, but not being able to express myself, not because they didn't let me, but because I wasn't seeing the enoughness in me. My volunteering work as well changed a lot in the free organizations that I'm volunteering my time in. So it's the Romanian Free Principles Romanian community. I've become bolder there, and I started to do public webinars together with my co-founder, Adina, present here. And it came again from that settling in, from that seeing who I am and seeing the power of what I'm doing. So I had an experience before when I starting being visible about the work I'm doing and about this understanding. I went to a couple of podcasts in Moldova, which had a big reach, and I received a lot of hate. And that hate made me go back, and I became I was doing the work behind the scenes, so I wasn't sharing anything about what I'm doing anymore. And now that changed. Now I was able to go and just do a webinar on anxiety or on forgiveness, or just for the power of being a female, or other conversations that we had with our community there. And the feedback was amazing. And my feeling while I was doing that was amazing. In the Beyond Bodies club, where we work with the prisoners, I've stepped in with ownership of the work that I'm doing as an admin there. Before I was doing it, but I was expecting MamaJ to tell me what to do, give me permission to do something. I wasn't contributing with my vision of what can be changed to ease our work. And that changed as well. Now I'm feeling free to express myself. I'm coming up with ideas that are helping us do more work and broader work with less effort. I was able to conduct conversations with our bodies, held spaces for them for getting to know each other, helping them on board, supporting them in their own lives. And another project that I'm involved with is Free PGC. Again, I was very shy. I was contributing a lot, but I was very shy of being visible there. And I had this idea of really small in front of all these big people. And the problem was not that they were on a stage, is that I was looking from them. It was a place I was placing myself, because there wasn't any moment where any of them ever told me you're not allowed to speak or you are not allowed to be visible. And then now I'm part of the communications committee of 3PGC. I've been offered a paid proportion of the time that I'm dedicating there as a paid staff of the organization. I am really vocal in all our meetings. I'm bringing in all my crazy idea that anyone else would want put them on the table. And I think because I'm coming from this loving space that MamaJ said that she saw in me, I cannot describe that. Maybe I can. It's a place where there is no separation. It's a place where I don't see, like, everything falls away and only that moment is present. Only that presence is alive, and I know is connection. So every time I want to speak, I'm trying to speak from that place. So even if it's something rocky or that I was thought that maybe I would be told off before, now it's perceived with curiosity and with exploration, which makes me really proud of myself. um, in terms of my clients, I was expecting a lot of validation from them in a way that I would be waiting for a long time after our sessions and checking on their lives to make sure that their life is perfect after our conversations, and attributing that to how good I was as a coach. Whereas now I'm making sure that I'm delivering from that space again, from the space within myself, or that expansive potential from within. And then I see with my own eyes from session to session how they transform. And that's enough. Because everything else is not my responsibility. I was able to empower them back. So before I thought that I have the power to change them, now I see that the power remains in their own house. And then I only hold their hands to tap into it and really go forward in everything they want. I don't know. I think that was a lot.
Wow. Oh, that was so beautiful. I have a few thoughts, questions that I want to share with you before we hand it over. I mean, it's such a shift. It's such a shift. And one of the things I love about what you shared is that it's going back all the time to source. What I'm doing in my program isn't me. It isn't the tools. It isn't the techniques. I bring a practical, what I call pragmatic spirituality. So a practical and a pragmatic view and perspective to what we're doing. But what we're always doing is uncovering the power that's there, which is what, I see you talking about right there. And then as you're seeing that, you're now sharing that with your clients. I know, because we've had lots of chats. I know that one of the turning points with you was when you witnessed somebody else in our group. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So we've been close with Louise and MamaJ because of the Beyond Bodies Club. So Louise is one of the other admins for this club. So we had the beautiful opportunity to gather together in MamaJ's house to work on that. And Louise shared with me her vision of it was actually that day in the garden that we were exploring what would be possible for us. Right after the work we put in, we decided to have tea in the in the garden. Um, so yeah, both of us expressed of our desires of or whatever we're seeing in the moment about our lives. And fast forward, we meet again. Uh, and Louise is already having a book published and she's doing library talks. And I was like, when that happened? How did that happen? Like, wow, I was amazed, like the transition that she had and being from someone that I know so close made me trust all of the um, work. Because I think I've said this before, but in nowadays, social media makes everyone look so perfect and like you're thinking that the person is something unreal. Wow. And then if you dig a little bit down, you see that it's actually a facade that they are using to sell. But in real life, it's a total different story. And here it was a real life witness moment for me that woke me up because I was doing a lot of things, but I wasn't focused. I wasn't focused. I was doing things as they were coming to me. There wasn't a lot of focused intention. So that trigger for me was like, wow, I want that. I want to be able in a couple of months to be able to say I've created this and it came because I put my time into it. And yeah, so thank you, Louise, for your example and for inspiring me. Um, Actually, this is one of the points where I saw the power of creating the free PGB community. So now we have a Free Principles Great Britain community for the people in the UK and Ireland that are interested in exploring this understanding. Um, I've put some hours in it, and now it's live. Now it's happening. um, Also, with my clients, like being really present and focused into how I want our session to be, doing a little bit of prep work before and after, a little bit of analyzation, a little bit of vision expansion, all of it together brought me where I am today and is faster and with more impact in comparison to how I was doing things before.
Mm. I want to take you back to you were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar. When you were waiting, and uh, I wanted to mention that I don't see any problem with taking a job when you need to take a job to pay your bills. But what I saw with Anastasia was, how can she do anything else when she's working 12-hour shifts? And she's working 12-hour shifts being paid minimum wage, and she has way more potential than that. And I remember, talking to you about that, and then you did get another actual a much better job at the time, which didn't work out. And I wondered how that helped. Did that help with the stepping stone, sort of realizing that you had more to offer? How did that help you, or didn't it help you at all?
I knew I had potential to earn better money from a different job because my background, I was earning good money before I went in my depression, and then from that all my life changed. Right, I had a job, I was being paid pretty well, so I knew that I was able to make money if I would go to a better job. The issue with me was that if I need to go to a different job, I need to be present in that job and learn new skills, be present there, dedicate a lot of time. Because for me, a new job is not 9 to 5, it's being there present and really helping the company to achieve whatever they need to achieve. So when I've actually transited from waiting to being a manager of osteopathic clinic in London, It was more like a business partner than just a manager. I was stuck there for hours. It wasn't anymore 12-hour shifts. It was 24/7 hour shifts because I was present there. I needed to create the vision map for the whole operations of that business. So I wasn't able, it was actually at the time that the first activator uh, program started, and I was supposed to be part of that, and I wasn't having the time to do it. But then it was this issue of, do I stay with it and earn the money, or do I leave and pursue the dream I have and the best serving way I have in being in this world? So then it sorted out on itself. We had the misunderstanding with the owner, and I've decided to part ways. I think it was God telling me that I need to stop doing that and really concentrate on what I'm good at. And I also had a really close friend of mine, again, Adina, that was with me during that moment, and I felt her support because she also saw the power of my transformations with people, and she encouraged me that it's a good risk to take and going forward with that. So then I'm grateful that I've been supported by so many good people in my life that I'm blessed with.
And I can really see on your journey how that practical stuff that I talk about is grounding you. You know, seeing that having the support network, um, realizing that money is spiritual too. You can be paid to do this amazing work that you're called to do, so that you can give your highest contribution to life. And that, you know, my new favorite saying, protect the asset, that you're looking after yourself, because otherwise you can't do the work that you want to do. And so I can really see how having those frameworks has helped you. And then what I'm really just interested in, last bit, is for a while it looked like to me that you you sort of shifted, you moved, things happened, you could see, but you still weren't ready. You still couldn't describe who you wanted to work with. You were still doing a lot of things. I mean, you're still doing a lot of things, but you're doing a lot of unpaid things, and that fortunately has changed. And of course, your revenue has changed significantly. Um, and then there was a switch. All of a sudden, at the beginning of the year, maybe there was a switch, and you seemed to just wake up. Was that
Yeah.
the Louise moment, or was that something else?
Mm-mm. I don't know if I can attribute that waking up to a specific moment. I think it's a accumulation of all the experiences I was through during this year, including um, most of the part for the impact activator, and having this chain of support, these places like Monday Q&As that I tended to attend, all of them. Um, it was my safe space to see myself.
Mm.
Then receiving feedback from you, someone that I deeply respect and love. I have never asked for feedback from no one around me before. Probably because I was afraid that if the feedback won't be good, then I better don't have it at all. And here is when the mirroring back what happened, and you told me about what you feel when you're in a room with me. I think that was, I've sensed that. When you told me that, it was like a fast forward for all my life until I was a baby, where I could see so many moments in my life where that presence that you're talking about was present, and I was considering it as a flaw instead of an asset. I was considering that that is bad, that people take advantage of you because you are so loving, kind, and present. uh, I wasn't seeing that you can ask for money for that. I wasn't seeing what the transformation for the other people being in a room with someone like who brings that steadiness, that safety moment in their life. So I think it was that a couple of weeks that were pointing me to this power that I have in a way that I was able to see it as a power.
Mm.
So then I can see myself like even now being fully relaxed in my chair. I don't have any tension. I don't have any second guessing. I'm just being fully me present here, and I know that this is empowering to me and to others.
That's so lovely. And I would say then, is this right that the container helped you, the container, your peer group, the community, the obviously the program and the times that we had, but also what I think really helped you was you kept showing up.
Yes.
And there was a period where you didn't show up, between when you were busy and you had that other job and so on. There was a period where you didn't show up, and my knowledge of you is that when that happens, that you fall off a cliff and then you may look for something else. But what I noticed about this was you came back and then you kept showing up again. And that resilience and that persistence helped you, almost like you knew there was an answer and you just had to keep in the game to let the answer come.
You're so right. So in October, I had my laser eye correction, correction surgery, and I was banned to be on computer for a couple of weeks. And it came with a lot of headaches. I was having migraine for the first time in my life. And I went really low in my mood. And again, MamaJ just one day called me and she checked in on me. She called me and hey, how are you? I just wanted to check on you. That moment was um a moment of not being judged for not being perfect and showing up all the time in my best way, giving the unconditional love back towards me. So then, yes, this helped me once I started being able to use a computer and being present and doing work. Then I said, "This is the time. This is the time." And I know this person wants me to thrive. And you even told me that straight away. You know, I want you to thrive. I want you to be successful. So yeah, I've just trusted you, and that trust helped me um, showing up in a more powerful way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. You remind me actually of a couple of the lads who said, and then I came to the open arms of Beyond Recovery. You reminded me of that. So I'm pleased that you did. This has been so beautiful. I'd love to take us off pin and invite people to celebrate you and ask any questions that they want to ask. Is that okay? Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Good girl. Come back. Do this. Oops. Yeah, I'd love to hear from everyone who's here. I'm really grateful that you're here. And if you have any questions, or if you just even want to say something beautiful to Anastasia, we'd love to open the room.
Yeah, I'm happy to start. Anastasia, I recognise your name, and I've seen you on a lot of the WhatsApp groups because I used to write the letters as well to the prisoners for a little while. And then I stopped for various reasons. And I couldn't remember if I'd met you on one of these, or what you look like. And I don't think I have met you before. And I want to say that how lucky I feel that I now have. And seeing your beautiful face and hearing that beautiful story. I don't have a specific question. I just want to acknowledge what a remarkable and beautiful lady inside and out that you are. And I would love to get to know you better. So finally, I'm delighted I've met you. I'm delighted I called in because I didn't know I'd be able to get to this tonight. And wow, how lucky am I that I did? You articulated yourself beautifully, and I really felt the warmth and the love radiating from you. Thank you, MamaJ. I thank you for inviting me, because if I hadn't have got the email, I wouldn't be here. So thank you.
Glad you were.
And thanks for checking in on me this morning, because I needed that.
Oh, big congratulations to Liz, everybody. She's just started her own business
Today. Well, it's gone live today. Gosh, it's been quite a stressy day getting everything set up, but I'm there. Thanks, Jacqueline.
Thank you so much.
That's all right, my darling. You deserve it. You're wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Louise?
Yeah, thank you, Anastasia and Jacqueline. Yeah, you are a lovely, lovely lady, and I've enjoyed, like you say, working with you closely with MamaJ. And yeah, I always enjoy our time together, whether it's in the car or on a train or whatever, because you're so, easy to talk to, and you kind of shine a mirror back at somebody, and that's what it feels like. And that if you're thinking something and talking out loud, you kind of just bat it back to me, and I'm like, oh yeah. It's an amazing skill, so thank you for that. Lovely. I love to know you.
Thank you, Liz.
Hi. Yes, thank you, Anastasia and Jacqueline. It's just been an absolute joy to get to know you. That since whenever just before Christmas. Meeting you online first, and we've had some just lovely, lovely conversations. Just so lovely. And it's been even better meeting you in person. So I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, I just hope we continue to do stuff together because I love it. So thank you.
Me too. Thank you, Sharon.
Hi. For opening the space, my daughter came in, so I thought I'll just stay under the radar. So I want to say that I value a lot our friendship, and I value a lot Anastasia, because we come from a culture where it's very common to judge. And I love the fact that I've never felt judged in her presence, and I never felt the need to judge her in a way. And at the same time, what I love about this is that we are in a true partnership, where we support each other, we are there for each other, and that's so nice. In our culture, again, because we come from a bit of an interesting one, there's a culture of competition and judgment. So if I were to describe it, and there's no such thing between us. And I value that so much, because I have other friends, that we go way back, and I do feel judged by them because you can feel it. And I do feel at times that they either compare themselves or they compete. And it's nice that I can fully relax with Anastasia, and I can be just myself. And I hope she feels the same, because I am rooting for her.
Thank you, my dear. Of course, of course. I think maybe I want to touch a little bit this point. Indeed, in our culture, you'll never see two ladies having the business together, or co-leading a webinar, or being in the same business and supporting each other. It's very rare. And I had the beautiful opportunity of seeing a different way in the Impact Activator, where we all come from the same understanding. We all working from it. We have a lot of similarities. We have even maybe common clients, or our businesses are targeting the same audience, saying it like that. But I felt the power of networking, the power of co-creating, the power of supporting each other, and it now became a big asset for me.
That's so beautiful. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I just want to say what a beautiful story. I'm so honored to hear your heart. And I'm excited to possibly get to meet you if it's either in the UK, or I'll see you for sure in Vancouver. And just what a pleasure to hear your transformation, and even seeing it from the morning class to this. You're so beautiful inside and out. And just what a pleasure to know you.
Thank you very much, Ray.
Amazing. For the people who don't know, or on the replay, Anastasia's mentioned the Impact Activator a lot. So I just would like to put that into context and share a little bit about that. And let's go to share that now. So Impact Activator is a program that I run, but also it involves a community that everyone runs. And it is to support coaches and change makers to build profitable, impactful businesses, because as you heard, one of the hugest issues is that there are such good people doing good work, and they don't think that they deserve to get paid for it. Whereas I know that's not true. So that's the design of the program. I won't run through all the slides, but basically you get clear about your offer and your visibility, and know how to turn insight into income and turn your passion into profit. And then there's all stuff there, I can show you the slides. So it's for you if you feel called to share meaningful work and want to make a difference in the world, but you aren't getting paid for it in the way that you should, and you don't want to fit into a mold. So we uncover who you really are and help you find the space that you want to work from, basically. And anybody who's interested, I can do a discovery call with. It is an invite only program, so you don't see it out there, because I carefully offer to work with the people I know I can help, and the people that I know can help others. So there has to be a fit, and everyone is amazing. So there are lots of different people in the community, because that's a bit more open, but all the activators are amazing. And as you heard, you know, they collaborate and interview each other, and we have live events together, and they've started their own communities. It's just amazing to see this work grow. And I started it because my vision is to activate all the people who want to do good in the world, because I want to do 1,000 people before I retire. And as I'm nearly 9, as my husband would say, in cat years, I haven't got that long, so you know, come on, you all need to you all need to come in. And I didn't do anything to Anastasia or to any of the other activators that are here, Louise, and what she said about Louise, as well as all the other beautiful people. I created a container that enables people to find themselves, to honor themselves, and then to look at what they want to do in the world and how they can do that. And that doesn't always look like coaching. That isn't necessarily, it's not a coaching school. It's about finding what you really want, what you want to bring to the world, and then I help uncover it. That's all. It was always there, because there's only one place that lives, and that's within you. And that's what Anastasia has seen. So I just love it. And I think you were beautiful tonight. Was there any final words of maybe something you would like to share with people, Anastasia, that what would you like to leave them with?
If I can ever get out to people something that made a huge change for me in my whole life, is that we are so beautiful. We are so beautiful in who we are. And we only need, I'm pretty sure that we can discover it on our own. But having a supporting community, having a real good friend, having a mentor, having a colleague, having a client with whom you can rediscover that place again and again. I don't know if it's a place, it's a feeling, it's all of it. It's everything. Know that there are people who want you to thrive, or are there to support you. Whoever you feel your heart, it's trying to get to believe in that nudge, and go trust it and see what will happen in your life.